Hey! Welcome, everybody. We are here. We are here with you for a little geocaching talk with myself, the geocaching vlogger, and we have a special guest here today. If you're in the chat room, tell me hello so I can tell you hello and give you a little bit of a shout out. Frank Beckman, you're here. Houston Dave's here. Penguins for Life is here. Michael is here. Matt Z is here. The Happy Hodag is present. People are pulling up chairs. Surveyor is here. Good to see you, Surveyor. Thank you for being here today. Awesome to see people. My chat is about 10 seconds delayed. So, oh my gosh. We have patrons here. We have Gas Station Tuna's in the house. David's Geocaching Adventure Series is here. Jacob Cummings, Hayden Lee. The Chef is here. Lindsay Holiday. Hope you're having a great day. It's a sunny day here in Minneapolis, and we are here to hang out with you. This is a great dance up. Let's get the dancing started. I'm going to call this the row. Because friends, you know what? It's a beautiful day. Let's find something. Let's find something, people. Hi. I hope you are all doing well, and we will get started. We will get started. So hopefully you're all doing well. Oh my gosh, I missed you. I missed all you guys because I missed you because we did not meet together. We did not meet together last week because things are starting to get a little bit more to normal. And I'm not quite as available as I was, but I happen to be available today. So I knew we had to go live. And friends, many of you have sent me so much mail. So I thought it would be an absolute travesty if I didn't go live and open some of this stuff up live on YouTube. We have 39 incredible, wonderful people hanging out with us today. And so before we get started, I just want to give a very special thank you to our patrons that make everything here happen, everything here possible. And if you're a patron, they support us here on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and they make this all possible to be able to give me the time to do this and help with travel expenses and all those things. So very special thank you to the patrons. We have some patrons here in the chat room. I saw the Geo Dudes is in here. Jason is in there. Snuggy the Goblin is a patron. And I think I saw Gas Station Tuna in here. So very special thank you to all the patrons that have joined us today. But I have a list of them, and I'm going down the list because I don't have the opportunity. I don't have the opportunity to thank them publicly as much as maybe I should. So here we go. Shout out to Jeff Arbaugh, awesome geocacher, awesome guy from San Antonio, Texas. Thomas Fredrickson, Brady Marshall, Derek Baker from Behind the Cache. He is a geocaching YouTuber. We have Yana Port. We have Craig Seamichel, the Aussie geocacher. He's from Australia. It's very early there right now. I think it's 6 a.m. there. He's maybe not even awake yet, but a big shout out to Craig. We have Nancy from the Deadliest Cachers. Oh my gosh, she has an incredible website called geocachingcentral.com. If you haven't checked it out, you should check it out. It's fantastic. Brett Arnott. We have Rebecca Lilo and Andrea D. Thank you to all those people. Thank you to all those patrons that make this possible. If you would like to become a patron, look at I'm so organized, folks. Francis Ibarro's in here. He's also a patron. Happy Hodag's a patron as well. Look at how organized I am. If you'd like to support us on Patreon, go to patreon.com/geocachingvlogger. You get my thanks, my thanks for doing that. And I thank in a lot of different ways. We have path tags we give away. If you support for $3 or more, we get a path tag. We have patches. We have trackable tags. But the most valuable thing is my utter gratitude to you. And also, often they get previews. They get to see videos before anybody else. So Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody that has been in here for the following weeks that have thrown out some super chats our way. Super chats, that's super fun. And every time I see a super chat, it just makes me want to dance. And again, if you can't support on a monthly basis, and a casual super chat is always appreciated. Another update. 2 weeks ago, I had this live chat be a fundraiser. As you know, Minneapolis was very much affected by the uprising of everything that happened that was involved with the George Floyd murder. And there were several Minneapolis businesses that are having a hard time getting back up on their feet. But you guys came through. Guys, we raised almost $480. $480 to support these businesses in the Minneapolis, my home, to get started again. So thank you so very much. And we gave away a geocoin, and that was really, really awesome. We have Matthew is here. Bonjour from Quebec. He is a patron. He is here. So awesome, guys. Awesome work, guys. We're just gonna continue on. All right, now, you guys, we have a special guest. So here's the agenda for today. We have a special guest. We're going to talk about Memory Lane. Memory Lane, which is the current geocaching.com promotion. So we're going to talk about that, and I have a special guest to talk about that. But then also in the second half, we will open up some mail together, and we'll see. This is a heavy package. So yeah, let's get started. So let's talk. I'm going to introduce my first guest. Hopefully he is ready. His name is Jeff May. He is known on YouTube as the YouTuber Cache the Line. He is a geocaching YouTuber. He is known for many things. He has high quality, great geocaching videos. If you had not checked them out, be sure you do so. He'll talk a little bit about them. But some highlights from his YouTube channel is that he has YouTube adventures in Iceland, geocaching adventures in Scotland. So we might have some people from the UK or Scotland in here. And one of the things he's really good at is he's really good at highlighting the geocaching HQ promotions. And he does it oh so very well on his YouTube channel. So everybody, without further ado, let's please welcome Jeff.
Hey!
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going fantastic. How are you?
I am very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you for bringing the energy. Thank you for meeting me at my energy. I wasn't thinking that I would put you on screen and you would be like, "Hey, what's happening?" Hey, Josh.
I don't know if I could meet your level of energy, but
you can. I've seen it. I've seen it on YouTube. So I've seen it. So Jeff, thank you so much. This is exciting because here's the deal. Like, I'm trying to think if there's ever been a time that you've actually been here on my channel. I think at the Giga, I think we had a brief encounter where
yes.
we were doing some you were teaching me how to do the AR caches.
Yeah, and I still remember that little clip because you had all this energy, and I'm like, yeah, it's really good. It was so different. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. So we need to make this a little bit more of a regular occurrence. My hope, my dream, and I've said it many times in some of the live chats here, and as we've gone live, I think this is, I don't know what week it is. I don't know. I think we're maybe week 13 or 14 that I've done this live thing on Wednesday afternoons.
Yeah.
But my hope, my bucket list, and I'm thinking maybe 2021, but now 2022, because 2021 is shaping up, hopefully, fingers crossed, as a wonderful, amazing year of hopefully even international travel.
Yeah.
But one of my bucket list items, I want to do an East Coast tour. I want to do a Northeast tour. So that includes getting to the Niagara Falls area, doing the Spot, doing the Eternal Flame. And I guess my hope is, this is my hope and dream, is that somewhere along that journey, I would love to meet up with you.
Yes, absolutely. The Eternal Flame is an awesome one to get to. I've been there twice now, and highly recommended. You will enjoy it a lot. And Niagara Falls is just gorgeous. I mean, there's the Canada side and the US side, but Canada is just like, it's just, yeah, you have to get there.
Yeah. And I have a passport, so I can go to the Canada side. Since you've been there, is the Canada side better than the US side?
Yeah, I would say even the view of the falls, because we've got that big curve and you can see the horseshoe and everything. And you got to make sure, I haven't been on it either yet, but you got to look at the Maid of the Mist to take the boat right down to the water, down to the bottom of the falls. I haven't done that yet either. Got to do that at some point.
I have to do that. You know why I have to do that? Is because I'm an Office fan, and that's where Pam and Jim got married.
Yeah. So, oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, come on. They've had a few years, right?
Yeah.
They've had a few years. So, Jeff, welcome to I don't even have a name for this. It's just like the Wednesday geocaching blogger hangout slash dance-a-thon. But thanks so much thanks so much for joining me. Using StreamYard has been fun because it's more interesting to have more stories, more personality on here. So thanks so much for coming on. Can you just briefly? I did my best to give you a proper introduction as you came in, but introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? Tell us about the YouTube channel. Give us your elevator pitch.
I am Canadian.
You're Canadian. So when you go into elevators, are you just like, is that the first thing you say to people? You just like look people in the eye? Like look people in the eye awkwardly and be like, hey, I'm Canadian. Yeah. Tell us about you.
I'm the nicest person on the elevator.
Yeah. I would believe that.
Yeah, I started geocaching in 2009, so it's been over 10 years now, and I'm working up to my 15,000th milestone this year, and so yeah, there's been a lot of geocaching. I just started doing the YouTube vlogging 2 years ago now ish.
It seems so much longer, Jeff.
Oh, and the time just flies. It just goes by so fast. But it has been so awesome because, yeah, it's like a new creative outlet to be able to share these experiences and adventures and to be able to help inspire people to get out and enjoy this awesome hobby and explore and discover, try new things. Yeah. My whole thing has been kind of about expanding your horizons, setting goals and accomplishing them just on a personal level. Yes. And so like that's a really cool aspect of geocaching that I love, especially recently. So being able to encourage people to do that is just really cool. Yeah, inspire people. Yeah, not even in the geocaching realm, but inspire people to reach their goals. And geocaching brings so much that, especially around travel. Like, you know, I always wanted to go to this place. Well, why not? Why not set a goal and figure out how you can make that happen? So that's pretty cool. What as far as the YouTube stuff, what has been maybe your favorite series or your favorite experience as you sort of look upon these last 2 years in your YouTube repertoire? Oh, that's a tough one because they all have their own really awesome aspect to the, like especially the promotions that you're mentioning. They all have really cool aspects to them and ways of enjoying and discovering. But I think in one way, the most memorable moment in one of the series was the Caching Connoisseur series, where you're looking for different types of geocaches for each souvenir. And there was that one moment when it was like literally I was in the middle of the Bruce Peninsula, which is in southern Ontario, lots of nature stuff, but I pulled off into this little cul-de-sac, end of a road parking lot, and there was a cache in maybe a 20-meter forest between the parking lot and the shoreline of the Great Lake. Was it the Great? Yeah. Great Lake. And so there's not much room, and the sun was setting, and I could not find it. But I went straight to the other side, and it just literally, the color and the light just blasted open. The trees ended, and it was just boom into this amazing sunset. The sun, the color, everything. It was perfectly calm. The water. It was unbelievable. My mind was blown. Yeah. And that was, again, there was a DNF, but I didn't care about that. And I mean, that was just one amazing experience because of Caching Connoisseur. Like I wouldn't have gone to that cache if it wasn't for that promotion series. So it was kind of like cue the moment where the angels are singing, sort of thing. Yeah, it was a spiritual experience. Yeah, no, it was definitely a memorable experience, and that was just. I mean, that video series was only 3 videos, right? But each of them kind of harped on some different aspect of that whole experience. But I mean, there's road trip series. I'm still working through my Geo Woodstock road trip to Texas from last year. I think I've got 2 videos out from that series.
At least you have videos in the hopper, you know.
Yeah,
Could be worse.
and then obviously Scotland. I mean, that was an amazing experience, and that was with my other friends from Team Fart. Actually, it was Team Fmart. We were very smart that time, but yeah, I mean, got to climb 2 mountains on that one. Met a whole bunch of other UK geovloggers, and so that took a little bit of planning. Part of that trip was also to visit some family that I'd never met before, extended family. Wow. And that worked out amazingly well. And yeah, it's a memorable experience. Never forget it. All because of geocaching.
I know, it gives us so much. So let's talk a little bit about souvenir promotions, Geocaching HQ souvenir promotions. Now, we have quite a variety of people that sort of show up in this chat. We have people that probably are coming over from TikTok, very new to geocaching. We have probably some young cachers. We have some young people that maybe have watched me geocache and have never done that before. And then we have like people that are diehards that have been doing it for years. So I think what we need to do to start this conversation, we need to give the viewers a little primer, a primer of what a geocaching promotion is. So I'm going to do my very best right off the top of my head, and go ahead, Jeff. Jeff, you can add anything I'm missing. But how do I say it? A geocaching promotion is a promotion from Geocaching HQ. They initiate it, where they issue some sort of geocaching challenge to geocachers worldwide, and usually, almost always, I think all of them have involved finding different geocaches. And as a part of completing these challenges, essentially you get to certain levels, whatever level they choose, you get to earn these amazing awards, which is in the form of what they call a digital souvenir. And I don't know, do you have the ability, Jeff, to pull up to share your screen? I don't know if you have the power to do that, but maybe if we could pull up an example, that'd be really amazing. And so it's not anything physical. People are always at geocaching. I don't know how often you've heard it, Jeff, but people are like, hey, what do you get by geocaching? Do you get cash? Do you get money? And even in this, you don't get rewarded anything but these digital, let's call them badges. Yeah. So, oh my gosh. See My Shell just gave $2.99 in Australian super chat. That means, and he said, Jeff, you need to dance before he goes to work. So I think he goes to work before the hour is up here. And Jason Johnson, thank you so much for your super sticker. We'll see. We're going to see if we can get Jeff to do a dance before we leave here. Thank you so much. That is awesome.
Awesome.
So, the super chats, friends, they're very distracting. I love them. They're so very kind, but it tends to distract me. So the souvenirs challenges have been different. Sometimes they've involved logging trackables. Sometimes they involve finding different types of caches. Some of them, like this current one, Memory Lane, you get certain point values for different kinds of caches. So for example, with this Memory Lane, there are 5 souvenirs available. The first one is called the first geocache ever hidden. You got to have 10 points for that. The second one is the first geocoin. Again, it's talking about the history of geocaching. That's what the theme is. The first geocoin, you have to have 50 points to do that. Number 3, the third one is a mega event, the first mega event, which took place. Jeff, do you know where? You're good at trivia.
I believe the first mega was in Texas.
Correct. Yes, and you need 100 points for that. And then the fourth one is the milestone when there were 1 million geocaches hidden. Can't remember what year that was, but just to keep in perspective, there were 3 million right now. And then the last one is to celebrate 20 years of geocaching. This is where we are right now. Matthew, thank you so much, Matthew, for the super sticker. That was so kind of you. Thank you. And so the scoring for this one is 5 points if you find just a regular geocache, 5 points if you find one of the adventure labs, and 7 points for a multi-cache, 7 points for a mystery, and 10 points for a geocache with 10 or more favorite points. So let's pull this up. Oh, there it is.
Boom.
That's how we earn points. And Jeff, we can reveal right now. Let's find out Let's find out. Can you go to your
Who has
souvenirs?
more
Can you
points?
find,
Oh.
yeah, can you find, or just let's see how many points that you have. You don't have to show us the souvenirs. Oh,
Uh-oh.
you guys, this guy.
Who's got more?
This guy does not mess around. He does not mess around. You need 200 points to get them all. So you've gotten all the souvenirs. And look at this. You did it with 200 days to spare.
Yeah. And I still have it. My drafts, I've got, I think, 25, 30 other logs still to write. So,
yeah. Friends, this Jeff is what they call a diehard power cacher. And I'm ashamed to show you how many points I have. And it's now, but I did a lot of caching like the weekend right before it went live. So that's kind of how that goes. Do you have anything else you'd like to add about like what a geocaching promotion is, Jeff?
I think it's something that HQ likes to just kind of emphasize a certain theme, like whether like some aspect of geocaching, whether it's like certain cache types or attributes or even just like a storytelling theme. My favorite souvenir promotion was the hidden creatures, because they like highlighted mythical creatures, but made those souvenirs specific to those creatures, and each of them had something to do with like your caching experience had something to do with those creatures as well. And then they made collectible swag out of all the different creatures, and the art was really cool. And yeah, I like that one a lot. It's very like story based.
Yeah, and you did a great job with those videos, because you would show yourself about to find the geocache, and then all of a sudden you would use their artwork, and you'd see, oh my gosh, look at, there's a unicorn. Yeah. So you did a great job that storytelling.
That series is also about half done.
Wow. Are you doing something like this for Memory Lane?
So funny story. That video that I put out, I wanted to make that the very first souvenir, but I forgot that I had found caches before that. So I'd already got the first souvenir. And then right after that, I went for a couple more power trails and realized, oh, I just got all of the souvenirs in one day. Oh man.
Yeah. So it didn't really, unless you want to fake it. You found geocaches too quickly.
Yeah.
To make the video. And you know, as far as promotions go, I would say this one has been extended length of time, longer than normal. Yeah. And also I think it's just in general just a little bit easier.
Yeah, and they were accommodating this whole pandemic thing worldwide. Some people can't get out to geocache at all. Some people might only get 10 or 20 in the next few months. So if you're lucky to get a couple hundred caches before January, then you're good to go.
Right, totally. And now, as I think about back to souvenir challenges, I think I've gotten every single badge, except there was one promotion that was really challenging to me. And I would be curious to know which one you felt was the most challenging. But I think it was hidden creatures, because I think there was a big jump to the world turtle.
Yeah.
Because I think it went from finding 50 caches to like 100 caches.
Yeah. I for some reason I think that was maybe 500. Maybe it was just 100 or 200 or something. Yeah. But that one had a big gap, and that was another reason I liked that, because they gave the people who geocache a lot at least something a little more challenging to aim for.
Yeah, they awarded the diehards, which was really great. And you know, this is probably, it's got to be the most inclusive one, just with the time. Yeah. I will complete this challenge by casually caching and not really going for it. Another one of the promotions that was probably the most interesting, I think, was the Mystery at the Museum. Where they used a function where you could look at a map and look that there were different kinds of hidden gems hidden behind finding other caches. And I thought that was interesting.
That was a very unique one. Yeah, definitely. And I thought that's something that they're trying out, some functionality that they might be able to use again in the future. And I hope they do, because that would be fun. I think the probably what I consider the hardest would have been one of the first souvenir promotions, the 30 Days of August.
Yes.
Yeah. And to get a cache on every day of August to get all of the souvenirs. Technically, I'd probably think that would have been the hardest because it's just that small period of time, and you can't not cache. You have to cache.
Right. Yeah. Did you complete that one? Did you get all 31?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me double check.
So did I. It was funny. The most challenging, that was in 2013. And that was the year that it happened the same time as I went to the block party, because that was the year I had my GIF video was a finalist. And that was before they had the GIF events all over the world. So the film festival was just at HQ. And I remember how challenging it was, because I had a day where I was flying, and I had to get a geocache when my plane landed late at night. So if you're not used to streaking, doing geocaching streaks, that can be quite a challenge. So go ahead, Jeff.
I was just saying, getting out every single day takes a little bit of planning to be able to accomplish that successfily.
For sure. So what I thought we'd do, since the geocaching promotion is memory lane, I thought we would use the idea behind each of the souvenirs and talk a little bit personally about some of our stories of our first cache, the first trackable that we ever encountered, our first event, and then I thought maybe think about a little bit like our hopes and dreams. As the last one is the 20 years of geocaching. So I guess my first question to you is, Jeff, do you remember finding your first geocache? I'm sure you do. And just talk to me a little bit about like what you thought of it. What was it? What were your feelings? Tell me that.
Oh boy, the first geocache. It was a film canister, a film pod. The arguably the worst type of geocache you can find, the least fun, the least favorited, just a little film can. And but at that time, I mean, your first cache, you don't think about, you have nothing to compare it to. You just have your first experience.
Right.
And so that first experience was enough to keep me going and keep finding caches. But I had no idea why that particular cache was placed there. Yeah. It was placed by a sign for an old ship called the Griffin, and I didn't really pay any attention to the sign. These days, you go out wherever you go. If it's somewhere interesting, you might learn something while you're there.
Right.
Didn't think about that at first. So I just found the container, and 10 years later, so my 10-year cache anniversary, I revisited that cache. So I made a video about that and did a whole lot more digging about that ghost ship that went disappearing, and because that was what the sign was, and had a huge, awesome experience from that. So it's kind of a two-parter. That first cache find.
Did you feel like by going back, you were kind of redeeming your first experience?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because like that sign itself, there wasn't much information. I mean, it's like it was a very simplistic memorial for this ship that maybe some local person got permission to put out, and so you had to do a whole lot of research to find out anything more about it. But that like opened the floodgates, and all this really cool information and history came flooding in. So yeah, I mean, that was a great one.
Yeah.
And it was just a film canister in a rock wall.
Is the cache, have you looked, is the cache still active?
No, it was archived years ago. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about putting a replacement cache there in tribute to the beginning of Cache the Lines adventures?
It would be cool to be able to do that, but it's about a 3-hour drive away from home. It's in a relatively not easy to access part of the Bruce, like right up the very tip of the Bruce Peninsula, tiny little town, but very, very busy, very popular for tourists and stuff. And there's a whole lot of activity around that area, like a lot of Muggle activity.
Yeah.
So it would take a lot of maintenance, probably somebody local to be able to maintain it properly.
I'm really enjoying the chat right now because people are sharing some of their first caches. Matthew said he started in April 29th, 2014. GC Roger Geovlog said, my first cache, I should show these up here. My first cache was a film canister tube, but really quick they became better. Yeah, it can only go up from there, right? Let's see, Penguins for Life. My first guardrail cache was so hard. LOL. I spent 30 minutes trying to find it. Now I can find them in like 10 seconds. Isn't that funny?
It's great. You never realize how you can hide something in the real world until you find the way somebody else has done it. Guardrails, lampposts. What?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. David says I adopted my first cache, and so that's kind of my first cache is still active. It's literally down the street from me, and it's been going. Gosh. So I've been geocaching 12 years. So it's been going for 14 years. It's really incredible. And the thing that's amazing about it, it's the same container. And it's the same logbook.
Oh, now that's an accomplishment. That's good.
I know. So every year I go back and I look at that first log, and I literally wrote, when you find your first geocache, you're supposed to sign your geocaching name. I knew that, but I thought you were supposed to like write a story. so I wrote like a little brief, like, oh, my first cache, this is incredible, woo! Like I wrote.
That's great. That's great.
I know.
And then you can see over time how those logs get smaller and smaller and shorter and shorter, and then it's just like a signature with a couple letters and a number for a date.
Yeah, and it's crazy because this year I decided to contact the owner because they're not super active. But it's amazing that cache is still going. Like it's just a great container, and it's a great spot. I can't believe it hasn't been muggled. It's like it's right behind the police station. So it's either just protected really well, or people don't try to find it.
Does it get a whole lot of activity? Like a lot of geocachers finding it?
New geocachers, because it's low terrain, low difficulty. So it's one of those caches that on the probably the geocaching app without being premium, that it's probably one of those ones that pop up, to be found.
So it must be a really big logbook.
Yeah, it's like it's a pretty thick little notebook about that big.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I did contact them and I said, hey, if you ever decide to archive this, please don't, because just like David, I'd love to adopt it. Yeah. So people are continuing to share. This is interesting. I found my first cache by accident while fishing. I wonder how many people find their first geocache by accident. I'm sure it's a lot.
And he also makes a good reason why you should label what they are and how to find out more information, because that if people find them by accident, they'll get into geocaching if they're curious.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do one more. Because we are live. So, sometimes I think it's weird, why would we go live unless we interact with the people that are here, right?
Right, exactly.
So I'm loving this. It says, Midwestern drone pilot, my first find was a rock wall near my house that took this day, is to this day my favorite find. That's interesting. That's awesome. All right. Well, that's enough about talk about our first cache. Jeff, we're a little over the time where I said, are you okay? Are you okay to keep going?
I'm good.
Great. Fantastic. So the next souvenir is the history of the first geocoin, which I think I remember correctly. The first geocoin was created by Mountain Bike, who is still a lackey at geocaching.com.
Yep.
And I believe it was created in 2001. I'm thinking that was
I think that's right. Yeah,
was correct. That was a long time ago. Yeah. So I remember when I encountered my first geocoin. I remember exactly what it was. I kind of remember thinking like it caught my attention. But Jeff, do you remember your first geocoin or trackable that you encountered in the wild?
Geocoin I'll have to look up. But trackable, I looked that one up, and apparently the first trackable item that I discovered was actually one that you needed to find to solve a multi-cache.
Oh.
So it was kind of a tricky little trackable. You had to look it up and then find out where it was, who had it, or what cache it was in, and then go get the information from that trackable item in order to solve the next stage of this multi-cache. And that was when did I discover that? 2009, June 2009. So a month after I started.
Wow. And what were your thoughts when you first saw it? Did you know that it was a trackable, or did you have to look it up what it was?
I wish I had. I wonder if I can find the Discover log. I can't even remember what it looks like. Man, it's so long ago. Trackable. Yeah, I can't remember. I just remember you had to find the 6-digit code and do something with the numbers, I think, to get that multi.
I really appreciate, it's so important, and this is good for new geocachers to hear, or new cachers to hear, that when you put out a trackable, you have to think about the people that might not have any idea what it is,
right,
to properly market. And geocaching.com does a really good job. A lot of people don't know this, but on the trackable page up in the right-hand corner, you can print out a little sheet that says, this is a trackable. You can't keep it. Here is the goal. Like, a lot of people don't know that. And so I always, laminated or not, I always put that inside of a baggie with because my first trackable I encountered was a geocoin, and it caught my attention because it was so much. This is why they get stolen. It was so much higher quality than any swag I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a heavy, beautiful, colorful, really interesting thing. And of course, you look in the back and it says trackable on geocaching.com.
Do not keep. Yeah.
So I took it home and logged it. So I discovered geocoins and trackables while discovering the first one. So quick little fun story. I remember exactly what it looked like, and I did log it. I'm so glad I did, because I went back, and this is why logging them is so great. I went back because I actually, moved it. I gave it, I helped it meet its goal, but I knew what it was. So I was at GeoCoin Fest several years, and I thought, how cool would it be to own not the actual coin that I took, right? Because that belongs to somebody else, but to actually own the coin, the first geocoin that I ever found. And let me tell you, GeoCoin Fest is the place to do that. I had a picture of it, and ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, I was able. That's it.
Awesome.
So that is it's not the same coin, but that is the actual coin that I found in a cache. I'd say within my first 50 finds, and now I own it, which is just really, I don't know, it's cool. So I love looking at it saying, oh my gosh, that's the first coin that I ever discovered.
Yeah, that's awesome. I did get a chance to meet Mountain Bike in Scotland as well. So in one of my videos, he has the first geocoin, his coin, with him.
Yeah, and he carries it with him.
Yeah, exactly. And you can you can discover it.
Yeah, we're not
easiest one to discover.
We're not going to tell the discovery code. You have to encounter him, and but it's it's pretty cool to see the very first geocoin in person. Jason, real quickly, I'm just gonna answer. Jason, did you receive that path tag I sent you? Oh, you're just gonna have to wait and find out. Because Jason, if you arrived late, we're gonna be talking about memory lane. We're going down. Watch, Jeff. I'm walking down memory lane.
Wait, where'd you go? Come back.
Little do people know, memory lane is in the basement. So we're talking geocaching memory lane. We thought it'd be a great topic to talk about. All right, next thing. You ready to move on, Jeff?
Sure.
The next souvenir in the memory lane challenge is. Hold on. Hold on.
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please. It is the very first mega event. Which was in Texas. I was not there. Were you, Jeff?
No, I was not in Texas.
We're not geocaching back then. But I thought it'd be interesting to talk a little bit about A, our first event, and B, our first mega event. So, Jeff, what was your first event? What do you remember about it? What do you remember feeling, like that feeling right before you went? Because I was a little nervous. Like I had no idea what to expect on my first event.
The first event that I attended was a local one, and it was a meet and greet. We had a group of people who formed what they called the crew, the caching regulars encompassing Waterloo, so like a local group. And they always went out caching together, but they hosted a monthly dinner restaurant eat and greet event. So that was June 2009. It was a month later. I got to read my log, who I went with. Found nice to have a few existing friends also into caching. Okay, so I gotta think back now, man. So I wasn't the first person, I guess, who I knew to go geocaching. So when I got to that event, I discovered a couple of other friends who were also into geocaching, which is great. Because, yeah, if you're the only person you go to an event, it's nice to know some people.
Right.
And then a couple others I'm sure that I met with on the trails or crossed paths with. But that monthly event ended like 2 years ago, something like that, I think, 2-3 years ago. Because they did trivia, they did like a whole bunch of stuff every single month, and it was awesome, and it brought everybody together, but it was a lot of work for 7 people, I think. They rotated.
And you kept going to those events after your first one? Yeah.
I've only missed a handful of them, but
really? About how many people were at those events?
Usually it was probably about an average of 30 to 35 or so. I mean, there were times when it may have been down to 15 or 20, but I mean, they would rent out a party room in restaurants and have many tables where everybody would come. So yeah, it was kind of big monthly events.
Yeah. My first event was so I started geocaching June of 2008. My first event, I just looked at it today, was August of that summer. And it was very intimidating because I went not knowing anybody at all. Like I met maybe one geocacher before then, but I discovered events just by, you know how you scroll along the map and you're like, oh, what's in my area? And you see the green for the traditionals and you see the multis. And then you see this little red thing. You're like, what's the red thing? You click on the red thing. You're like, what? People meet? And there was going to be food there, and there were going to be games, and there was going to be caching. And I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a ton of fun. And so I went, but I was very nervous. Like, I'm a pretty outgoing guy, but it is kind of intimidating to like just kind of show up at a party when you don't know anybody. I didn't really know what to do. And I have a lot of sympathy for people that just like show up to events that they don't know anybody. Yeah. I feel like
it's like good as experienced geocachers going to events, you can kind of spot the people who are new or never been to one before and try to encourage them to join and be a part and chat and make friends and stuff.
Yeah. If there's, and this is just advice to anybody watching, and people that geocache a lot know this, but especially if it's a geocaching event where it's kind of like an all-day thing where you're in a park where there's geocaching, like look for those people and just it's the best thing you can do can say, hey, we're going to go find the 4 geocaches in this park. Do you want to go with us? Because it's really intimidating, and you don't want their first event experience to be a negative one where like nobody talked to me. I just kind of like signed a book and then like went on about my way. And you can tell me if I'm wrong, Jeff. I think the people that are go to events and like start meeting other geocachers, they end up being the people that don't quit geocaching, and they end up being the most diehards. Would you agree?
I think so. Yeah, that's the trend. Yeah, I'd see.
Yeah. So I thought this.
This is also like a really good time, this period of the year as well, because there's no events. Some places are publishing events, but I mean, we've had this big, huge lull in geocaching events because of the pandemic. Once everything starts loosening up and things start get published again, then there's going to be there's been tons of I think every region has mentioned how there's more new geocachers now logging finds. Yeah. And so there's tons of new people trying this safe hobby that's outdoors and social distancing and everything. So there's a lot of new people coming into the community who have never seen an event published. Right. So it's a great opportunity to bring people into the community and make friends and stuff.
Yeah. So the word of advice there is when events start up again, local events, really, really look out for those new people because nobody that's new has ever experienced the event yet. I thought it'd be fun. Here's the log. I'll share it with you. Here's the log of my very first event, August 9th, 2008. And the fun fact, anybody that's watched my channel for a while, I took my daughter to it. I took Reese to it. And it was where she was given the nickname, the Reister Bunny, which she's 20 years old, and she's even outside of geocaching, people call her the Reister Bunny. So the attendees at that geocaching event found out her name was Reese. They called her the Reister Bunny. And there's a little picture of her with the bunny ears and holding the GPS. And I showed her that picture this morning, and I was like, oh my gosh, Reese, you are
Awesome.
absolutely adorable. So I thought I would share that. Fun stuff. All right. Briefly, let's talk about our first. Let's see. We're gonna go a little long, people. We're gonna go a little long. I promise. After we're done here talking about this, I think this is a fun, lively stroll down memory lane. Don't you think, Jeff? Oh, Jeff, that was you were kind of dancing. That was more than a head nod. I
don't hear any music.
That was a full. That was almost a full out dance right there. Do you remember what was your first mega event?
So yeah, similar, I guess, to that crew, that monthly thing. Back in the day, there was an annual mega event in Ontario called COG, or Central Ontario Geocachers. So the COG Spring Fling was the annual one. And my first mega event was COG Spring Fling 6. Mm-hmm. And that had 308 attendance, so attended logs. I don't know what the full attendance was, but it was up in near Barrie. That's Lake Simcoe. So that's like 2.5 hour drive from home ish. But like that mega was another one that's like camping overnight, and lots of games and lots of geocaches placed for the event. You know, your typical mega event, pretty much. Right. Lots and lots of people from all over Ontario towards that central point of Ontario.
Thinking back to going to that first mega event, was there anything that surprised you about it, that you were like, wow, like this is really different? I wasn't expecting this in a mega event.
You know, I think that first time I went with a couple of friends and we stopped in to attend the event and then go find caches. So I didn't really take advantage of all that the mega event had to offer. The first few words of my log are short and sweet. So I think it opened the door for me for future mega events to realize there's a lot of stuff and a lot of work that goes on to make these events great for people. And I have some friends who aren't as active in social aspects of the events. They just want to go be there for whatever you have to be and then go find more geocaches. Right. And these days it's like whenever there's an event, you want to take in the fullness of the event. You want to meet people, you want to say hi, you want to try to experience the special caches and stuff that's been set up, but it's not just go and leave anymore.
Right. The mega event has really evolved over the years from let's just have a potluck and then all leave and go caching. It's been, now there's swag and t-shirts and registration and VIP parking and people
mascots.
Mascots, special geocaches, and adventure labs now. So I think it's gone in a really great direction where there's more to do at the actual mega event instead of just being like, hey, we're all here. I signed the logbook. Now I attended a mega. Now I can go off and just do regular caching.
Yeah, exactly.
So my first mega event was in the following spring after I started geocaching. And the fun fact was it was the very first mega event ever in the state of Minnesota. Back then, we have a geocacher by the name of King Boreas. And at the time, he was the #1 hider in the world. So they were celebrating his 2000th hide, which is a lot of hides. But if you look at the leaderboard now, that's nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's nothing.
But back in 2009, 2,000 hides.
That's still a lot. Like regardless of the year, that's still so many caches.
It's so many, and so many of them were not power trails, but they were like every corner of the state where people would help. Obviously help maintain them. But it was a big celebrating him 2,000. But it was a community celebration because a lot of those people were the people that were helping maintain, I think, some of those caches. So, but I remember we crowned him. We had a crown. We laid out. I remember we laid out a red carpet that he walked, and I remember 2 little girls that had baskets, and they weren't throwing flowers, but they were throwing, get this, film canisters. And
that's when those were easy to find at stores. Can't get them anymore.
And when I saw that, I thought, okay, this is amazing. First of all, I didn't know there were so many geocachers, but then I thought, wow, this is really nerdy. Really nerdy, but nerdy for all the right reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, I love seeing the people who are all dressed up in all the like outdoors and like scouting type of gear. They've got all their tots, like outdoor heavy clothing and jacket, and all these pockets filled up with everything, badges and buttons. Like, it's a nerdy event, but it's fun.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna move on. Oh my gosh, we've been talking for 50 minutes. So again, in the chat, thank you so much for hanging in here. I'm gonna open up mail when we're done. But great, we're taking a great stroll down memory lane. If you've just joined us. We've talked about our favorite, our first cache, our first event, the first GeoCoin, kind of our theme based around the souvenir challenge that Jeff has already completed because he has like 500 points, and I only have 82. I'm trying to pace myself.
Right? Yeah.
I don't want to get.
And it's about quality, not quantity.
Exactly. I don't want to. I don't want all the fun to be over too quickly. So, Okay. So, Jeff. The last souvenir, I'm skipping the 1 million hidden because I couldn't really make a connection. I remember when that happened. I think the 1 millionth, I think the 1 millionth cache was hidden in Australia. I think.
Oh, you'd have to look up the news announcement.
Yeah, look it up, but I'm almost certain that it was. So if somebody in the chat
you did talk about the guy who hid 2,000 caches, so yeah, there's a parallel.
There you go. That's true. But the final souvenir. You have to get 200 points, and Jeff's already got 500. So you've earned them over and over. You've already gone over. You've lapped the
lapped it.
Yeah, you've lapped it. It's the 20 years of geocaching, which is turning out. 20 years of geocaching is turning out to be quite a. Let's just face it, quite a bust.
But it's nice to look back, as so much has changed for this hobby. Even just the past 10 years, even.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. And you know what? This year we're going to really remember in a lot of different ways. We would probably not be talking right now doing this had not COVID-19 happened, and it's caused in the geocaching blogging world. It's a lot of people have the buzzword right now is pivot. A lot of people have pivoted. So we're gonna, but there's on the books right now. There are only 2 mega events still going to happen. Let's cross our fingers, right? Mingo Madness in September. And then there's another event in Georgia, I think, that's still in the books. So hopefully, let's hope they don't cancel.
Yeah, the Mingo Madness, I want to get to that. But for me being in Canada, it's all going to depend on that border crossing. And right now, the U.S.-Canada border was just extended to be closed until July 21st. Yeah. And there's still a 14-day quarantine after that. So don't know what Mingo Madness is going to be like. Yeah,
it'll be very interesting. So, but what are you looking forward to, Jeff, in the next, maybe the next year, maybe year and a half in the world of geocaching? What are you looking forward to?
Well, in the next year and a half, all the stuff that was happening this year pushed over till next year.
Yay! Hopefully.
I had so many trips planned for this year, and they've all had to be postponed. Yeah. But so that's definitely all stuff to look forward to for next year.
Yeah, that's me too. Of course, I'm going to HQ. I wasn't planning on doing Geo Woodstock just because I couldn't do the time, but now maybe I'm considering to make it even a longer trip just because more time to save up and to plan and all that. So,
and the HQ 2021 is going to be a very high priority, pretty much for everybody worldwide. Yes. There's going to be people all over the world coming to that event.
It's going to be even bigger than it was going to be, just because, and just as we're talking about the events, just the need to want to be around and together as geocachers and celebrate. I think that desire is going to be even higher next year.
Yeah.
But I think my point of view on this whole thing, though, is, a lot of people, I think of some events like the West Bend Cache Bash, which is in Wisconsin. Their little town relies on their big event for the economy of their city. And one thing that West Bend has is a geo tour. And I think if I was in charge of any geo tour or any small town that relied on geocaching, I would double down this year. If your event is canceled, I would double down on geo tours. The message being, hey, we want you to geocache our city, but we just don't want you to all come at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's why, a couple weeks ago in my last video was the Fargo Moorhead Geo Tour, which was a fantastic Geo Tour. So in the meantime, that's sort of my plan, is to continue maybe focusing on some of these Geo Tours, because usually it's because there's money behind it. They're usually very high quality experiences.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think we only have one or two Geo Tours in Ontario, and I still haven't finished either of them. So.
Yeah. So yeah, it involves, that involves travel too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bruce, Jeff, the Bruce, Cash the Line. Tell the people here, you have something special for them. Tell them what it is.
Yes. So I was going to run a quick little contest, a little simple little giveaway draw for people who are watching this stream or watching the video. I have a little mail call myself to do, which I'm going to schedule for Friday evening, my time. and
June 19th.
Yeah. So anybody who's watching this who emails the Bruce at cashtheline.net, it's right there down in the footer there, with just saying in your email what your first cache find was and the experience you had doing it, and you will be entered into the draw for at least one of the things that is going to be unmailed, unboxed, unbagged on Friday. So they just not like hugely awesome stuff, but cool collectible trinkets that should be fun to get. Plus, probably a few branded things like path tags, maybe buttons, stuff like that. Little goodie bag.
Something like this. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. That foil sticker is just. I know. It's so cool.
That is going to be going on my. I have a geocaching suitcase that I use, so that's where that's going.
Cool. I need to get a geocaching guitar so you can put stickers on the guitar.
Yeah, for sure. So, Jeff, do they have to be present? I mean, of course you would love people to be present.
Love people to be present.
Do they have to be present to win?
Don't have to be present to win. I will announce it and contact by email, but it would be great if you were there to say hi and watch the mail call.
And the way that they can make sure that they're there is, I'm just going to say, make sure you check out Cash the Line. Very easy. Search it in YouTube, Cash the Line. Yeah. Subscribe. You'll see that you'll be able to click the reminder, maybe just like you did on this one, just so you don't forget that it's happening. And you can just hang out with Jeff and maybe win something. So
yeah.
And he's got great videos over there. So awesome. All right, we've gone almost an hour. I should have anticipated. We've had a great little stroll down memory lane. And Jeff, now before you leave here, we have one more thing, because we did have 3 super chats.
Oh yeah!
Shout out to See My Shell. Shout out to Matthew, and shout out to somebody else. Jason Johnson. Yeah.
Jason, yes.
They're looking for some sweet dance moves. All right. So as Jeff leaves, we're gonna have a little dance break right now. Here we go. Oh yeah. Don't be afraid to get out of your chairs, people. Where'd he go? Oh, it's like Santa headbanging.
This music is very happy.
It's very, I
very chill and happy.
Oh, there we go. The beat's back. In the chat, let's give a round of applause to Cash the Line. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah, it's time. It's time, people. It's time to unbox some mail. It is. It's time. Turn off the music. Whew. I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. That was because of Matthew, See My Shell, and Jason Johnson for your generous super chat. All right. So if you have not clicked the thumbs up yet, boom, I turned this on. You know what that means? It means to thumbs up this video so other people can enjoy the fun too. The Penguins for Life has a question. This is a very, very important question. What's the secret to my hair? Did you guys notice? Look at this. My hair has not been this short in a long time. It is like way, way, way short. And so the secret to my hair is class, style, and hair product. But look at how, holy cow, it's so much shorter than normal. So that's pretty cool. Rob said, oh, that's great feedback, Rob's. That was a cool and informative stream. Liked it a lot. Well, you're hopefully gonna be entertained with me opening some mail. And I knew that I would have to continue to do the live when the mail started, you guys, the mail started piling up. So let's open some mail. This first one, ladies and gentlemen, is from Pat. Thank you, Pat. I have no idea. It's a padded envelope. And Johnny Carson used to Karnak things. He used to put things up to his head, and he used to like try to guess what things were. So I'm gonna say, by feeling this, the question I'm going to say, I'm gonna Karnak this by saying, what do you use to pay people with wooden nickels? Try that. Okay, have no idea. Here we go. Open. Oh, I was completely wrong. Oh my gosh. You guys, look at this. Oh, this is so cool. So Pat is from Oregon, and look at what she gave me. Oh my gosh. It's Oregon. It's in Oregon, the home of geocaching, the birthplace of geocaching. It's an Oregon face mask. I can go to mega events. I can go to Mingle Madness. I'm not getting COVID-19, people. Not only do I have one, but I have two with Oregon Ducks. Oh my gosh, that is so kind. I don't think Pat is in the chat, but this is great. Oh, and they're soft, and my masks are beginning to stink a bit. So these are, I think it's upside down. These are awesome. One for me, one for the Reister Bunny, maybe. Oh, that's so cool. And she left a little note inside here. Thank you so much, Pat. Typed up. Here we go. Joshua and Reese. One is for Reese. Joshua, thank you for sharing your geocaching adventures with the rest of us. Always fun to watch. I have one of these masks too. Mom made several for myself and my crew here at Ham Radio Outlet in Portland. I had two spare left. I saw your video where Reese was wearing that beautiful Oregon sweatshirt. I thought shipping the two spare masks for you. I know you don't go to the University of Oregon, but we are an honorary. I'm an honorary duck. I'm an honorary duck because the Oregon Ducks, right? Keep on caching and making videos. You're always welcome here in Oregon. Thank you so much. When you visit, please let me know. We'll have to go caching together, and we'll wear the masks with pride. And that's from Patrick, caching alias Captain Jack Sparrow. You guys, how kind was that? So cool. Thank you so much, Patrick, Captain Jack Sparrow. All right. Should we keep going? How are we doing in there? How's the chat going? I've been holding on this one for a while. This one was actually to Reese, and Reese is not available, so I'm just going to open it right now. And this is from Robbie A, and it's marked for Reese. And it looks like we have a path tag here in the envelope. Oh yeah. Oh, cute. Oh my gosh. It is for Reese because it is a Christmas tree with R. R is for Reese. Oh my gosh, that's so kind. Thank you so much, Robbie. That was great. I know the masks are really cool. All right, what's next? Patron Melinda Watson sent me. There it is, envelope. Open it up. All right. It looks like the first time she sent something, it got sent back. Look at this. Cash and release fishing in Minnesota. Look at that postcard. Man, if you caught that thing, that would be amazing. You're right. Snuggie the Goblin, it is like Christmas. Joshua, take 2. Hope it reaches you this time. I was digging through my collection of postcards. I never said I found this one. It made me think of you. Ha ha. Thanks for keeping everybody in spirits with the video. That's funny. A Minnesota-themed postcard. And we got another card that she tried to send. She sent it to the wrong address. Right? Cash and release? I know. It all works. Here we go. Opening this letter. We got a balloon. Look at a balloon. Yay. It says, thanks so much. Oh my gosh. A nice, beautifully written. Looks like we have a path tag here. Joshua, I don't think I ever thank you for the path tag. The other treasures you sent earlier this year. Thank you so much. Again, thank you so much, Melinda, for being a patron. I really appreciate it. You can read the story about the path tag online. I'm working on 2 others at the moment. One for the 20th anniversary and one for Going Ape. Oh, I love all the Going Ape stuff. That's great. And a concept for Geo Woodstock, but haven't begun it yet. Plenty of time now. No kidding. Plenty of time for that. I, like you, can see exactly what I want in my head, but have no talent of getting it out of my brain into a visible medium. Awesome. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the path tag, shall we? Oh, yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. It is an angel. It's Melinda right here. Look at. There it is. Melinda. Cool little path tag to add to my collection. And on the back of it, the back of it's cool because the back has a 20 years of geocaching on the back. You can select the back of it. So Melinda, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much. So we got masks. We got a couple path tags. What's next? This one, oh my gosh, this is in the chat. Let's give a big shout out because Jason Johnson, a patron, is in the chat, and I'm opening up his. I'm guessing it's another path tag. That's what I'm guessing. Here we go. Joshua, hope you enjoy. Oh, I'm sure I will. See? All right, let's see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is cool. The year when blank got real, 2020. You guys, it's a coronavirus tag. The year when stuff got real, people. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Matthew says, how do I get the address to send Joshua gifts? After this stream is done, in the description, I'll do it when this is done. In the description, I will put my address. The only thing is, friends, if you send me something, that's so kind of you. But know that I'm not sure how long I'm going to be doing live videos. I'm not sure. My availability wasn't real strong last week. So I don't know how long I'll be doing live videos. So there's no guarantee that I'll be able to open it up on camera. But I want to thank everybody that sent stuff. Okay. All right. We got something from, here we go. From, what is that from? That is from one of the best geocaching magazines ever. FTF Geocacher Magazine. Ha ha ha. FTF Geocacher Magazine. And I renewed my subscription. So that's what it's from. If you don't know about FTF Magazine, I mean, come on. They have really, really impressive covers of this magazine, as you can see. They have really handsome cover models. Really handsome cover models on FTF Magazine. So subscribe. If you want to subscribe, go to ftfgeocacher.com and you can subscribe. It's a geocaching magazine, and I love it. I look forward. It comes out every 2 months. I always look forward to getting it. Penguin Craft, good question. How long have I been geocaching? Over 12 years, my friend. Over 12 years. How long have you been geocaching? I want to know. Yeah, based in, that's right, Snuggie the Goblin, Kenya. based in Houston. That's correct. All right. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You are I wasn't expecting this. This is so cool. Thanks. You're awesome for referring these people. Thanks so much for referring first-time subscribers to FTF Geocacher Magazine. Here's how it works. Claim a bronze for the first time, second time subscriber, silver, third, gold. You guys, I didn't even know. But you guys, I got these special path tags for referring people to FTF Magazine. This is an awesome surprise. And look at check this out. I'm not gonna take them out. This is so cool. I got all three. I got bronze, silver, and gold for referring 3 people. And I probably referred a lot more. But isn't that cool? You guys, I was not expecting that. And now I have all 3 of them. It's so cool. So if you were to get FTF magazine, if you refer people to the magazine, then you get these path tags. The first person, bronze, second person, silver, and the third person, gold. That's so cool. It's like, you guys, today's like a geocaching holiday. All right, now for the final one, let's look at the chat here. Penguin Craft says I don't know if it's a he or she, that they just started geocaching. Well, welcome to our amazing hobby. I don't know what your age is, but I hope you continue on. I hope you're enjoying it. So awesome. So the final one, it's in the chat from Snuggy the Goblin, from our patron Kenya, who is also a park ranger. What a guy. Here he is. Oh, he just said, yeah. I'm excited about this. Oh my gosh. Sophia. I'm sorry, got distracted. Sophia, super chat. Thank you so much for the 5 Canadian. I got a credit for the Adventure Lab today. Any tips? I don't know where to start. Oh my gosh. Well, Sophia, I got an Adventure Lab last year. And first of all, I was trying to think ask yourself, Sophia, what is something in your area that is special to your area? So for me, it was Prince. My hometown is the hometown of Prince. And so I was like, that's special to my area. So I'm going to do an adventure lab based on Prince. And then I started thinking about the different locations. So maybe start thinking, Sophia, about somewhere in your area that is special to your area, especially a spot that maybe you can't hide a physical geocache because these are virtual in nature. So I would encourage you to think about it, think about a story you could tell. And I would encourage you to make them all walkable, or at least very close to drive to. I'm gonna point you, Sophia, to Geocache Talk. So I'm gonna put it right here. Geocache Talk.com. So go ahead. This is going to be more helpful than me talking about it. Whoops, there's not 2 T's in Geocache Talk. I am so sorry. Edit that. So Geocache Talk just this last week, not the last week, but 2 weeks ago, 2 Sundays ago, did a whole podcast about adventure labs and giving tips on them and strategies, and you might be interested in doing a bonus cache. So instead of me taking a lot of time telling you, I'm going to point you to Geocache Talk, not this Sunday's episode, but the previous Sunday, and you will get lots of information there. So you can see it on YouTube, or you can listen to their podcast. So just do a little Googling or searching on YouTube. I hope that is helpful. And congratulations on getting the Adventure Lab. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it, and just give somebody a great adventure. Yep, there it is. Geocache Talk, weekly geocache podcast, live on YouTube. All right. Racer Girl, how do we support you on Patreon? Just right here. If you go to patreon.com/geocaching vlogger, it'll take you right there. It'll tell you the different levels. The different levels are $3 and $6 and $9 a month. Each level, you get more and more thank yous, and that is where you can support us right there. It's all laid out for you there. So I would love for you to jump on board. We have an incredible community there. Often I give those folks an early view in our geocaching videos, so they get to see them before anybody else. So, and Timothy Larson right here, he's one of our first patrons, and he's my friend. And Timothy actually helped me create the Prince Adventure Lab that is here in Minnesota, which is actually the very first adventure lab in the state of Minnesota. And Snuggy the Goblin, I freaking love Prince. He's gonna be him for Halloween. That sounds like an incredible, awesome costume. And so, speaking of Snuggy the Goblin, we've got mail from Snuggy the Goblin. You guys, it's heavy. It's heavy. And let me just tell you, I think I have a pretty good idea what it is. I'm just curious in the chat. I'm curious in the chat. Does anybody have any ideas? Does anybody have any guesses on what this is? I could Karnak it. It's very heavy. It's very, very heavy. While you're guessing in the chat, Matthew says, "How's your regular work going? I know it's not geocaching related, but cool to know you as a person." Thank you so much for asking. For those of you that don't know, I'm a motivational speaker in schools. We do have some challenges as a company because we may not be able to do our assemblies, our programs in school. So we're figuring out digital ways to communicate our stuff. So I'm still employed, but we're having to adjust. We're having to adjust our programs so we're able to do our incredible character programs in the fall here. So you're welcome. All right, let's open it. Anybody have any? It's filled with Wooter, also a patron. Hey Wooter, what's up? Pretty late over there right now in the Netherlands. He thinks it's filled with cash containers to place. That's a good guess, but I don't think that's it. Oh, open it right now. Cool, a very cool container. I mean, it could be, but I don't think so. Oh yeah, I need a scissors. Travel bugs. Could be travel bugs. Matthew. There's like multiple things in here. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got this little small thing, and I got this little biggish thing. And there's also a box that says "Good Goblin." It's rattling. I'll try not to break it. Right? Film canisters. Could be. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, and then I got something. I'm not going to show this because. All right, I'm going to open the small. I'm going to open the small one first. I'm really excited. Lots of the ring from Lord of the Rings. Ooh, that'd be cool. All right, here we go. Kenya, you did a very good job packaging this. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's a painted rock. Thank you so much. I saw this on your Instagram, you guys. It's a painted rock, but look at it's like the coolest. It's Gizmo. It's Gizmo. Oh my gosh. Isn't that cool? It matches here. It matches my lunchbox as a child right here. You guys, isn't it cute? Oh, thank you so much. It's so cool. Oh, I think maybe only geocachers would be super excited about getting a rock in the mail. So cool. All right, so that's that one. All right, you guys ready to see the big one? So I think I know what this is. So any of you, some of the people that are older in here maybe remember Garbage Pail Kids. Remember Garbage Pail Kids? It was like, they were like cards, but they were like Cabbage Patch Kids, but they were like really weird and demented. And everybody's name had something. And so my Garbage Pail Kid name, because I think I know what this is, was, here it is. This is a Sloshed Josh. So it's like a little dude stuck inside of a soda. All right. So I'm wondering. I haven't seen this yet, but I'm guessing. Oh my gosh. Oh my Kenya. Oh dude. It looks. You guys, it is so it's Slosh Josh on a rock. The fact, okay, first of all, the fact that you found the perfect shape rock, the perfect shape rock to paint it on there, like your skill is amazing. Garbage Pail Cola, Slosh Josh. Oh my gosh, dude, Kenya, dude, this made my day. It is so cool. It's so cool. Yes, this is from the 80s. This card, I used to collect these as a kid. And they're from the 80s. I seem to be lagging out a little bit, but isn't that cool? That right? That's art. Slosh Josh, and also, dude, Gizmo. Love Gizmo as well. But Slosh Josh, dude, that's like so next level. So next level. And then there's a oh my gosh, Kenya. Dude. You're so awesome. You're like my favorite person right now. Okay, check this out. Check out what's in here. It's a little version of me. Look at he sculpted this. Oh my gosh, it's a little Josh. It's a little geocaching vlogger. Dude, you are too kind. I know, right? Total. Matthew's like 3 fabulous gifts, a total home run. Kenya, I can't repay you. For how awesome this is. This is not only thoughtful, but holy cow, these took a ton of time, ton of work. I don't know what it involves, but dude, you are Eleanor said it right. You are super talented. Thank you so much. Everybody's right? Mini vlogger. And Kenya, big thank you. Everybody's loving it. Everybody's like, how can we top that? I don't know if anybody can. And it's not about topping anything. It's just so much. There's just so much kindness. So, all right. I thought about ending. We're over 23 minutes. This is like the longest live stream I think I've ever had. And so I have one more thing. I picked this up. I thought it'd be fun. So you guys know, over the last few weeks, I've been unboxing mini brands, and I thought it'd be fun to sort of mix it up a little bit. And so, if you remember, I'll grab it. There was a trackable. I gotta turn this off. Turn it off. There was a trackable promotion using the Treasure X, where you had to unearth these things, and this is what was inside of it. And I don't think I couldn't find the Treasure X anymore, but there are these new things put out by Treasure X called Treasure X Aliens, or Gems. So I thought it would be fun. These like blind toy things are kind of like it's kind of like opening a geocache. So yes. Oh my gosh, you're right. Look, it's a mini brand. It's a mini brand of me. Look at here I go. Here I go. I'm gonna go shopping, guys. Hey, what's up, yo? We're gonna go shopping. Whee! Yeah. So did any of you? So did any of you win? It was several years ago. Win a Treasure X trackable tag. This is okay. So this says on here. It says five levels of adventure. You open this egg up, and the first thing you do is squeeze it. It says. Second thing, it explodes. Okay, it explodes. And then the second thing, an alien shows up. Whoa. And then 4, ooze. And then the 5 is there's some kind of treasure. All right. So here we go. I'm going to open this up. I'm a little freaked out by the Treasure X aliens. Now, Treasure X, this is not sponsored. Treasure X did not send me these. I actually bought this from Target because I thought it'd be something a little bit different, something different than the mini brands. But the fact that this thing is supposed to explode, I'm a little nervous what's going to happen. So I'm going to use this. But I want you to experience this with me. Oh my gosh. Bo Pete 2 says we found a Treasure X trackable tag yesterday. That was Farah Loot Lot. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so I'm kind of into this. I'm kind of into the Treasure X stuff. All right, there's like took that off. There's like special instructions here. Thanks, you guys. The 40 of you that are hanging out with me still. Thanks for being here. Oh, okay. So take the top off, and there seems to be some instructions. I'm not Houston Dave. Says don't blow up Mini Josh with the Mini Treasure X explosion. I will try not to. I think these are. So there's according to this, there's 12 different aliens. 12. I know I should put on my goggles, or maybe I should wear my mask. Should I wear my mask so I don't get infected by the aliens? There we go. Yeah, right? Put on the mask. I did it. All right. Oh, there's instructions. There are instructions. I'm going to take this off. I want you to see my face. All right, the instructions. Unwrap and break open your alien ooze egg. Okay. Okay, so here it is. I opened it. Oh, and it's really squishy. It's squishy. I'm worried that this thing is gonna get like all over. It's really squishy. It smells like rubber. It's not jelly because it's not getting but it's like firm, but it's squishy. All right, Jason Johnston. I do love it. What a cool idea for a path tag. Matthew's like, it's gonna blow. I hope not. All right, that was the first thing. So I opened it up. Next thing, grab your alien ooze egg and begin to squeeze. The alien ooze egg will burst open and reveal a mini alien inside. You guys, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about it going everywhere. So I want you to be able to see this. Okay, can you guys see it? All right, here we go. I don't want to get it. It feels so weird. Okay. Oh, look at. I don't want it to like hit my computer. Oh my gosh. It's being born. Somebody's like, prepare for a mess. It's not popping out. It's not being born, guys. I'm nervous about it going everywhere. You can kind of like, you can see his face. He's like, let me out. Let me out. I know. I'm squeezing. Oh, it popped. It popped somewhere. Oh yeah, you guys, look at his antenna. His antenna was birthed. Oh, you guys, look, he's being born. Oh, there he is. Oh, and he is like ooze. Look at the ooze. Can you see? Can you see? It's like snot. It was birthed. It wasn't as messy as I thought it would be, but it is really. It's you guys. Look at how he's really slimy. He's really he's really slimy. Okay, hold on. I don't want to get my computer slimy. I need. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna put him down. It's just like snot. It's like you guys. I hate to be crude, but did I get it on my computer? It's like alien afterbirth. All right. So we got. I don't want to get it on my computer, but like there he is. You guys, he's born. There's the alien. All right, next instruction. Remove the ooze from the egg. Okay, I can't. I gotta go. I'm gonna go take him to the sink. Is it a boy or girl? I don't know yet. How do I tell? I don't know if these aliens. I don't know if these aliens have a gender. But thank you so much for the congratulations. All right, I'm gonna go take him to the sink, and I'm gonna wash off the ooze. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. It won't be long. All right. Wasn't that riveting? So I was trying to like wash out the ooze, but he just kept on like oozing from his horn. All right. Next instruction is to remove ooze from egg. 5. You will also find a treasure inside. How do I? There's a treasure in here. How do I find the treasure? Oh, look. This does not look like the treasure. Look. Oh, on the computer. Oh. Oh, that can't be the treasure. That can't. You guys, he's puking. He's puking. Oh, what the heck? Where's the treasure? Did I find you will find a treasure inside, or did you find the ultimate crystal? This doesn't look like a crystal. It's just him puking. Where's I don't see a treasure. Wait. Is the treasure in this? Remove the ooze from the egg. Oh, I have to remove the ooze from the egg, not from the dude. All right. Okay. I'll be right back. I gotta squeeze the egg. Well, hold on. Let's just do it here. there's supposed to be a treasure in here. It's just a lot of ooze. Oh, you guys. I found the treasure. Oh my gosh. This was a mess. But I hope you're entertained. Yep. Okay, so the treasure was like this little, I don't know, it's like a little green snot wad, like it's like a booger. It's like, you guys, yay, my treasure was this alien's maybe this alien's booger, or maybe this is like the alien's poop. I certainly did not find the ultimate crystal. I just found this little green wad of something. So what a yeah, I know. What an interesting way to end this live stream. Treasure X. So what do you I think what I need to do is I need to continue to squeeze him because he's going to continue to vomit. And I think I should, what do you think? I think I should make him a trackable. Yeah, it could be a kidney. It could be a kidney. I could put it in a cache of swag, but I think it'd be funnier to make it a trackable, don't you think? So let's maybe that'll be the plan. I'll have to put a hole in it or whatever, because there's a hole already. I can just put another hole and add a tracking tag to it. All right. I wish I could stop this live broadcast, but I really can't because I need to wash my hands. But I don't think my pinky is dirty. So you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out. This was the longest live stream we've had. And thanks everybody. Let's end with a little music. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to clean up my computer because I have alien slime on it. Here we go. What should his name be? What's his name? It's a beautiful day. I found something. A little alien dude. Should I do another one of these next time? Will there be a next time? Who knows? Who knows? Bye, everybody.